Alright, looking at the front of our homework for today, it's pretty similar to what we did yesterday. The only thing that I would recommend for today is don't always look at the beginning. Look where you have a group of numbers, at least three of them. Question number 9, they are at the beginning. Right, there's my three numbers. From 0 to 2, I notice I skipped by 2. Right, I added 2. From 2 to 4, I notice I added 2. So each time I'm going to come over, I'm going to add by 2s. So I'm going to complete my list. I'm going to go 6, 12, 16, and 18. Notice that each time we added by 2. Next, in this case, my group of numbers was at the beginning, but always look for a group of numbers. Like in question number 2, my group of numbers is not at the beginning. 5, 6, 7. So it seems like I'm going by ones. So to complete the list, I'm going to go 2, 4, 8, and 11. So that's how we complete the front. The front, I'm even dealing with fractions and decimals towards the bottom, but that's not that different. Now the back I'm going to have you guys think about a little bit. Right here, I want you guys to think. If you notice, from 3 to 9, I added 6. From 6 to 7, I subtracted 2. So it's not going to be the same thing all the time. So as a matter of fact, let me come and say, the first thing, I added 6. And the second one, I subtracted 2. From 7 to 21, I added 14. And then I subtract 2. From 19 to 57, I add 38 and subtract 2. So I can tell that every other number, I'm going to subtract 2. However, on the adding, it changes. So let me not take a look at adding. Seems like I erased that. I'm going to think of what else can I do to 3 besides adding 6. What else can I do to 3 to make it 9? And then we're going to go, well, times 3. I know from 9 to 7, I still subtract 2. From 7 to 23, I times by 3. From 19 to 57, I multiply by 3. So my pattern seems to be I multiply by 3 and subtract 2. I multiply by 3 and subtract 2. So there's my pattern. Like I said, for this side, I'm going to be switching things around. It's not always addition. It's not always adding the same thing. From 5 to 10, we can say, well, you either add 5 or you multiply by 2. As I told you guys that now we're going to have times or an addition and multiplication. From 10 to 6, yeah, you just add 6. From 16 to 32, seems like you multiply by 2. Then you add 6. For 38 to 76, you multiply by 2. Then you add 6. So let me cross this plus 5. It seems like I multiply by 2, then I add 6. I multiply by 2, then I add 6. Like I said, this one, we have multiplication and addition, or addition of different numbers. This one you have to think of your pattern. There is one of them that let me help you guys out. Question number 9. This one does require a lot of thinking. We have to thank Fibonacci for these numbers. One thing that we can see is if I add the first two numbers, I come out with the next one. If I add 0 plus 1, I come out with 1. If I add 1 plus 1, I come out with the next one. If I add 1 plus 2, I come out with the next one. And if I add 2 plus 3, I come out with the next one. So it seems like we always add two numbers to come out with the next one. So having that said, you should be able to complete the list. Like I said, you add two numbers to come out with the next one. Like I said, this series has a name. It's Fibonacci, but it requires a lot of high thinking to be able to figure out if you don't know that list. All right. Any questions on your assignment?